Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to create or customize an archive page using dynamic content. And for this demonstration, we'll be using both Neve Pro and Otter. So for our example, we'll go ahead and replace the default layout for one of our categories. And we'll use articles, so let's view it first. Alright, so this is one of our category archives. And an archive is basically a page that organizes a list of posts. So let's go ahead and create a custom archive. I'll just duplicate this tab to keep the archive page open while I go back to the dashboard. And once I'm on the dashboard, I'll go to Appearance. I'll just hover and I'll click on Custom Layouts. Now let's click on Add New. We'll click on Templates. Let's select a type. We'll select Archives. And we'll give this a name. Let's call this Archive Template. Now we can click on Create Custom Layout. Okay, so now on the right-hand side, we have our custom layout settings, and under conditional logic, we'll click on select. Now in the menu, we just need to find archive term. We'll also make sure that this is equal to, and in the next menu, we'll select the archive name, which is articles. So once we're done customizing the logic, we can go ahead and build the layout, and we'll start by adding a section block. So let's type in /section. We'll press enter. We'll select single column. And we'll open up the list view by clicking on this icon so we can see the structure of the page now. We'll click on the plus on the column and we'll add a post block. And the first one is from Otter, so we are going to use this one. And now we can see 4 different posts being displayed in a grid format. Let's change it to list. All right, so we can see the change on the left. And we don't want to change the content alignment. We just want to go ahead and click on settings. We have the option to change the order of our items, but we won't need to. And now in the category field, we'll type in articles so that we only have results for posts that belong to this category. All right, so now we can see what all of this looks like so far. Let's click on publish twice. And once it's published, we can go to the archive and let's refresh the page. So now we can see that we have all of our items, but they're pushed to the left-hand side. So let's go back and we'll go ahead and click on the section block and we'll just close this tab. Now let's go to section structure and we'll set a maximum content width of about 800 pixels. You can always play around with this number and we'll center align our section content. Now also we need to add some padding to the top and bottom of this section. So let's go back and we'll go to the style tab and here we'll just unlink the padding controls and we'll add about 50 pixels of padding to the top and bottom of this section. Let's update this and we'll go back to view our results. So we'll refresh and that's now fixed. And remember, you can always customize yours however you want. This is just an example to show you what's possible. Now I'm just going to add a cover in the same column that contains our posts. So I'll click on cover and I'll move it all the way to the top. All right, so now let's select a color for the cover. And instead of typing the name of the archive, we can use dynamic content. So let's click on this down arrow in the toolbar, then dynamic value. And under data type, we'll see a list of multiple tags that we can use to dynamically display data on our website. So under miscellaneous, we'll choose archive title, and then we'll click on apply. So this tag will be replaced with the name of the archive that's being accessed. We'll change the text color to white, and we'll also change this from paragraph to heading, and we'll also make it an H1. Let's also add a spacer widget at the bottom. We'll make the height about 50 pixels, and we'll click on update. Okay, that's good so far. Now let's go back to the page archive. Let's refresh. So we are dynamically displaying the name of the archive on the cover. Okay, so we can add another dynamic value under this one. So we'll press enter and we'll type in a percentage symbol. That's basically a shortcut to open up dynamic values. And we'll type current date. Let's press enter. And now we can center align our tag. Let's make it white also. Okay. Now let's go ahead and add a new block below this spacer. So we'll add a heading and we'll just duplicate the spacer and put the duplicate below the new heading. Let's go ahead and add our heading text. So let's say something like the best NFT and let's use the dynamic value for the archive title. Okay, then we'll say on the web. Let's add a new block and for this one we'll use the archive description. So I'll type in percentage, then archive description. I'll also go ahead and add an image to the cover. So I'll just select maybe this one and I'll click select. We can change the focal point of the image and we can also increase the overlay opacity. Okay, that's good. So I'll just go ahead and make the image, well, the cover a bit shorter and I'll click on update. All right, so now we can switch tabs and we'll refresh this page. And this is our result. Okay, so let's view an example of dynamic links. I'll add a new block below this one. And let's type go back home. We'll highlight everything, then click on the down arrow, then dynamic link. And the data type will be site URL. We'll click on apply. Once we're done, we'll go ahead and add a spacer between the post block and the text. And then we'll go ahead and click on the update button. So now we should have a link that takes us back to the home page. If you want to, you can always apply this layout to another archive. So for example, we can go to tags and we can apply this to colors and then click on the update button. But you may also want to change your design. We also have the option to apply this layout to the author archive, and I'll show you an example of this right now. So we'll choose the author username. So let's go ahead and replace the archive title tag with the author name tag. We'll keep the current date, and for the heading, we'll just type in the best author. All right, so now we can go ahead and replace the archive description with author description. Now let's do something different. We'll go ahead and click on replace in the toolbar, then open media library, dynamic images, and then we'll click on author image and select. So we now have the author's image, and we'll also reduce the overlay opacity. So this is good right here, and we'll click on update. Let's go to the archive and we'll click on the author name. And now we can see our changes. So we have just dynamically replaced the previous image with an image of the author. So this is actually the author's profile picture. All right, so now you know how to build an archive with dynamic content. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos like this one. See you next time.